I've started an e-commerce business in gym clothing. I've started a service arbitrage business. I've started a SaaS business. But there's one business where if you took everything away from me, I would do it all over again. And I know that's what I would do in 2025 if I had no money, if I had to make a lot of money next month. It's the one thing I do. I'm going to walk you through it. Now, if you took everything away from me and I had to make 10, 15, 20,000 pounds a month next month, honestly, I don't have that much money. So I would be looking to provide a service. That is exactly what I would do. And I would be sitting there and I would be saying, well, who has my money? Because that's what it comes down to. Who has your money? Who is the person that's going to give you money for a service that you provide to them? And I don't want to make 500, 800 or 1,000 pounds. But let's go over it. Why wouldn't I do e-commerce? Well, e-commerce because a lot of products involved, a lot of marketing involved, a lot of hard work. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. Service arbitrage, I set up an office in Pakistan. Many of you guys know it. I then supply those guys work with companies in the West. Why wouldn't I do it? Well, because it's a lot of work for not a lot of money. I mean, you're making 500, 1,000 pounds. You've got these guys, they will probably sell you out for, £50 or £100. You're then supplying it to companies and the companies are already looking to save money. That's the whole reason they're doing service arbitrage, because they don't want to spend more money. They want to save money, right? So they're trying to be cheap as well. So you're not going to make like thousands of pounds. You're going to make a little 500, 700, 1,000 pounds. And then when it comes to SaaS and AI, well, I wouldn't do that because it's going to cost me a lot of money to start it all over again. So it's probably the business that's going to make me, 100 million, 200 million, but it costs a lot of money, 20, 30, 40,000 pounds, probably just to start off. And I'm doing it right now, so I know. But the one business I would do is, more importantly, I'm going to charge companies. I want to go after businesses because those are the guys that have money. So I'm going to knock on companies' doors. And what I want to do is have the opportunity to make 15, 20,000 pounds within 6 weeks to 8 weeks. And that is possible. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So first, I'm going to go on LinkedIn. I'm going to go on a job board or LinkedIn. I'm going to go online. And I'm going to find someone who is looking for a new job. Now, that person who's looking for a new job needs to be a skilled, good candidate, someone who has a ton of experience, someone who, where I take this person to a company, that company is going to say, wow, looks good. That's what I want. I'm going to speak to that person and find out exactly what they're looking for and the things that they're looking out for in their new job. I'm going to make sure that I keep this person happy because this person, in essence, is going to be my product. And then I'm going to go to companies. Let's say this person is based in Brighton and they are a sales manager. They're a proper big salesperson. They've got tons of experience and they've closed millions and millions of pounds of business. By the way, these guys do actually exist, and a lot of these guys exist, right? So let's say he's on 50, 60K and he's saying, you know what, get me 60, 65K. I don't get any working from home. If the company is willing to do 2 days work from home, I would be interested. I'd be thinking, fantastic. What I'm going to do is now call companies in Brighton and in around that area, probably about 30 to 35 miles radius. I'm going to call those companies. I'm going to send a ton of emails. In fact, I'm going to use LinkedIn as well. And I'm going to actually send DMs using LinkedIn, but I'll tell you about that later. First of all, I'm going to call companies, and this is exactly what I'll say. I'll say, I've got this person, he's looking for a new role. He's closed X amount of businesses and he's closed this much amount of money. He's in sales and he's looking for a new role. All we need to do is give him a bit more money and 2 days working from home, and he will bring in new business and new accounts for your company. Who do I need to speak to in regards to the recruitment process of your company? Now, save that exactly what I just said because it's valuable, right? If you can go in with that script and you call 100 companies, you'll be surprised how many companies turn around and say, send me the person's CV, we need someone. What you are then going to do is you're going to say, I'm going to set up interviews, and you're going to set up interviews for this person. Some companies will say, that's not what we're looking for someone else. To those companies, you're going to say, not a problem. This is what we do day in, day out. I'm going to find you someone else. And then you're going to find someone else for them. Now, when you find someone else for them, you're going to then send the CV forward, arrange interviews. What you're doing is you're finding the person, supplying them to the company. When you do that, you make money. You charge a percentage if this person gets the job, where if you put them forward to 5 companies, one of them companies is going to offer this person. Now, if the person's good, this company is going to be interested and they will want to hire this person. So now the person's on a 50K salary. You're going to get him 60K. 60K, a recruitment company will charge 15%, meaning if this person gets the job, you're going to make £9,000. £9,000 is what you will make as a fee if this person gets the job. If you took everything away from me, I would find the person, I would call companies up, I would send emails, and I would say, this person is looking for a job. If that person gets the job, you get £9,000 for one person. And I would do that over and over and over again. And that is exactly what I would day in, day out. That's my bread and butter. It's what I started at 25. I'm 33 years old. I still do it. I see the money in it. I see how much money companies make. In fact, today we teach people how to start their own recruitment companies, and our students make a lot of money. Our students are making 10, 15, 20, 50,000 pounds a month, and it's something that really does work. Now, if you're interested in recruitment, by the way, the link's in the bio. You can leave your details there, and someone from the team will get in touch. But I'll tell you the secret of LinkedIn and how you can get a lot of hiring managers, talent acquisition guys, to show interest in your services. You're going to send them a video. You're going to show the CV. You're going to say, this is the guy. He's got this experience. I think it'll be great for you. You're making a video whilst you're doing this, right? So see my hand? You're making a video. And then you're going to send that video and you can say, look, let me know if this is of interest to you. I can do a good deal for you, 15%, whatever you need to do in that video. I obviously explain this all in the course, right? You're going to send the video to the hiring manager, to the talent acquisition guy. And guess what? Many people come back, because this is the sort of business development that nobody is doing. Nobody teaches you this. Nobody says, everyone will tell you about cold calling and cold emailing and do this and do that. But that personable sending a video across, the sort of responses you get are crazy. You need one company to give you one job a month to make £10,000 a month. And so honestly, there's the other side, which is temporary recruitment. Now imagine a person working and you're making money on top whilst this person works. You do nothing. The person works, let's say they're making £20 an hour. You charge the business £30 an hour. So every hour they work, you make £10 per hour. That's the temporary side. What I explained before was a permanent side, but this is exactly what I would do all over again, because this is my bread and butter. It's always worked for me. Alhamdulillah. I've shown it. I proved it. I've shown my bank statements. I can't make this up. Remember, if you're interested in the recruitment program, links in the description below. But honestly, I've started many businesses. It's what works for me. It's what I would do if I wanted to make £20,000 next month. That's only because I know it extremely well and I am good at it. I don't think you could do it next month, make £20,000. It would take you some time. But once you become good at it, once you really learn it, right? 3-4 months down the line, £20,000 a month is not difficult. So hopefully this video was of benefit. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because as you can imagine, we're making continuous videos.